Alright, I guess we should start off with a little big boy introduction here.
Hey there.
Yeah, so I am Mudwire. I enjoy card games. I enjoy eating cards in my spare time. It's not a healthy hobby, but it's one I have. What about you?
I'm Reggie, and I play crawlers, and that should tell you everything you need to know.
I would like to know more about that, but for the time being, we got a lot to eat through. We got a lot of cards we got to eat. Mostly crawlers. They're not very nutritious, even by like card game standards.
Man, you
But
could buy a whole box of Circuit Break, and I'm telling you, dude, so many crawlers.
I got a single copy of Evenly Matched for $200. I think I broke even.
Worth every
yeah.
penny.
Could have eaten those pennies.
Just eat them. Oh man. We've got a big list.
Yeah. Alright, so I wanna start off hot and spicy with Duelists of Gloom, because this is I'm not gonna say this is the big thing, but this is the thing that interests me the most, I think. So Duelists of Gloom, just a quick recap, is kind of an evolution of Legendary Duelists, where instead of focusing on 6 duelists this time, or 5 duelists, it's focusing on 3, but in return they each get 7 cards. And the ones we focused on this time are Merrick, Esperoba, and Poria, which in turn gives us Ra, Jinzo, and Mechlords. So I'm gonna let Reggie over here start off with his thoughts on Ra, and then I'll kind of bounce back.
Yeah, it started off a bit weird, didn't it, Marek? All the weird, like, nonsensical like, they were relatively close to the theme, but like none of them really sort of stood out. Like the Reactor Slime was just another like Ra's disciple. The Guardian Slime's good, I must admit. Like, that grabs the Searcher, and then you got the Ancient Chant, which searches Ra. Plenty of searching, which is kind of really what it was lacking, as well as the extra tribute summon, and it's all right. It's not like particularly standout.
Yeah, it's the Ra stuff, I feel, took a really weird direction, because it started off weird and it got like 1 normal card in the midst of all of that, like maybe 2 normal cards. Because instead of giving them kind of like Merrick related cards, they made it strings, because it was all slimes that he was using, like Metal Reflect Slime, Reactor Slime, and the Tribute of Summon focus I expected. Ancient Chant is a fantastic fucking card and fixes like most of the problems, but Reactor Slime's like activation conditions and everything are so bizarre, and the fact that the tokens he summons have very low attack makes it so that Ancient Chant is not going to give Ra the buff he needs, and he's still going to get his ass run right the fuck over. But then you have shit like the Sun God Rises, which activates an effect that Ra already has built into him, except via special summoning, I guess, but it's a trap, so it's still way too slow to matter. And then there's one that summons him with the monster. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do with this support. It is so all over the place.
It does work, because the Sun God thing, you can activate it if you control Ra, like as soon as you set it. So
no, I don't.
The idea is, so you use the Millennium Revelation, Monster Reborn, then activate Sun God straight up, and then you have a special summon Ra, which you can give a bunch of life points to.
Was it? Let me check this real quick, because I don't remember it being able to be activated on the turn you set it if you control Ra.
As long as its original name is Winged Dragon of Ra. But the problem is it's only the original Winged Dragon of Ra, not Immortal Phoenix.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's a little better, but it's still mildly uncomfortable. But it's I don't know. It seems weird that instead of like just, hey, give him 4K attack for free because you put in the effort to summon this big bastard, you still have to no, you still have to pay all your life points, so you can't use this effect. That's
the fact that you can't just pour in little bits to like make him somewhat of an intimidating thing. You have to literally go all in or none of it, and then if you're in trouble and it's going to die, you have to tribute it and get rid of it.
Yeah, and that flaw of Ra has always kind of been similar to a flaw of the Mechlords, if we want to get into those next real quick.
That's a segue.
Yeah, but before we go to Mechlords, I do want to talk about my favorite thing about the Ra support. Volcanic Rocket is now unironically a good raw card.
Don't go there. It's weird how it just happens to be a Blaze Accelerator.
Imagine you're in a volcano. Alright? Average day for you. Just strolling along. God comes out.
It's raw, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the end of that story, but...
To be fair, Volcanic Rocket's not got bad attack either, so if you do get to tribute it, Ra gets a cool 1900.
Yeah, I like the big dick attack card. That's a fun one.
Yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? I can't imagine it being massively expensive. The set's good though. Will it have like stuff like Sphere Mode reprints as well, which is can't go wrong.
Yeah, I can easily see like the raw stuff running like a lot of cash. Like it's one of those sets where I feel it's hard to kind of estimate what the end prices are going to be because it's. I'll be honest, it's not that great of a set.
It's not a good set, like for players, but it's a good set for collectors.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it on the level that it makes stuff like Jinzo and Mechlords fun to play, but I also fully accept that most core players are not going to want this.
Jinzo definitely got like the better end of the deal with this set.
Dude, Jinzo's support is like the perfect combination of good consistency boosting and just stupid bullshit.
Yeah, there's like just a lot of things you can do now. You can now search your Jinzo, you can revive your Jinzo, protect your Jinzo.
Yeah, it's just like, it's Jinzo for days, and it actually synergizes with the old Jinzo support pretty well. The weirdest thing about the support, for me, though, is it actually makes running hand traps like infinite impermanence and evenly matched a really good strategy. Because turn 1, you get really good disruption, and turn 2, you summon Menacing Jinzo, go into your regular Jinzo, and then you slap their ass sideways.
No, it works. I don't like the awkward level for Menacing Jinzo.
He turns to level 6 when you summon him.
Yeah, it's just like if you want to bring him out with Monster Reborn and then use the new XEs.
Yeah, that was a weird decision, but could be worse. It also synergizes pretty well with the Scrap engine in general, I feel, just because another Scrap Recycler can send either a Jinzo or a Jinzo Returner to the graveyard, so you can get more stuff on the field, more fat bodies.
I suppose reasoning works as well, because they're all different levels. You can count all the way up from like 3 to 7, 3 to 8.
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, because Jector's 4, Returner's 3, Big Boy Jinzo's 6. I don't remember what the hell Giga Cyber was.
Giga Cyber's 6.
Dude, fucking... I still love Giga Cyber because that is the stupidest form of removal I have seen in the stupid game.
Well, I like the summoning condition. It's like Pankotops but for spell traps.
Yeah, exactly. It's sorry. It is a bit slower than Panks, but I think the removal is maybe not necessarily as effective, but much more fun. Because the funniest thing about it to me is that even if, since it turns a monster into a trap, even if it's a monster that could do something as a trap, say Vision Heroes, you already have Jinzo on the field, so they still can't do shit?
What did they place him in the Spell and Trap card as? Oh, Continuous Trap. I guess it's True Draco?
Possibly.
Some good synergy here.
Oh, we can get spicy with this. True Draco is coming back, boys.
Not again. I can't be doing with that.
It's time for Dante! And then the last thing in that set were Mechlords. And Mechlords are the one I was most excited about, but also most terrified about. Because they revealed Ra, and then a day after they revealed most of Jinzo, and they waited so long to reveal Mechlords.
Yeah, like all they revealed was like the really, really bad like retrain. And we were sitting on that for so long.
I'm gonna rant about that one in a couple seconds, but the problem with this was that it was giving me Legendary Duelist 5 flashbacks to Predaplants, where they revealed one card, and it was actually pretty good, Triffy Overtum. I like him. He's abusable, but he's good. And I remember that the rest of the Predaplant stuff they revealed was absolute shit. I mean, Predaplanning was pretty good, and Predapractice actually got better with Master Rule 5 coming in. But Helioferampe or whatever the fuck his name is,
Oh,
and
Helio Francus.
yeah, thank you. And Predaprime Fusion are such fucking garbage cards, and the only reason people play Predaprime Fusion is because it's like searchable. But
Yeah.
that just had me concerned because that was the last shit they revealed there too. It's like, oh no, they're saving the worst for last, aren't they?
Not again. Not like this.
But
No, they turned it around. Like, Obligato is pretty good.
yeah, like Triskelia is such a stupid good card. Like, I mean, Mechlords kind of have a easy turn one play now. It's not much of a play since a single spell negate is about as equivalent to fart in the wind, but it's not the worst category to negate. Like a single Wisel is better than no Wisel, I guess. And Mechlord control makes it so that your Wisel can actually like beat over stuff instead of being a 25k idiot. And Triskelia stealing synchros for the opponent's extra deck, stealing anything from the opponent's extra deck, and getting bonuses for synchros is actually a really good direction to take the card's design.
Yeah, I think it's just a straight upgrade to their old anti-synchro thing. I mean, I never really got what their original game plan was. Like, I don't think there was one, was there? If you could call it.
I mean, like the closest thing they had to a game plan was popping themselves to some of the big boys, which is not the worst game plan in the world. But the problem is they didn't really have a lot of efficient in archetype ways of doing that outside of Mech Time Blast. So things like Obligato and Nucleus Infinity really help with that. Mechlord Assembly is a card I really want to like because it's an easy searcher, but I don't know why it has a discard cost for its self pop. That is backwards.
Yeah, something about it doesn't quite. I think it's supposed to work with like Infinity Core or something, or it's supposed to, or is it supposed to set up Triskelia, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think the idea is to try and get 3 Mechlords in grave as quickly as possible. But the problem is, I just don't like how it makes you go minus for it. It is nice that it offers you a back row pop, but it has to be face up back row too. So by that point, it might be too late.
It depends what you pop in, like, because if you destroy the Mechlord Fortress, the field spell, you get to search an Emperor.
Oh, yeah. I never bothered too much with field spells just because I didn't feel. I always followed the build that I found from War of the Worthless.
Well, that's from obviously ancient, and that's like from 2017.
16, I think.
16,
But yeah,
yeah.
It was at a time when we had to resort to using shit like Playful Possum.
Bruh. But no, I'm liking using the field spell. They're cloggy, but like, say like one of the Fortress, 2 of the Fortissimo, you can sort of get something going without using your normal summon.
That was good at least. Like the problem I've run into is that I'm very anal retentive about making big first turn boards. And if I can't do that, I get upset and I try to reorient my deck around that. So currently my Mechlord deck is like 50% Needle Fiber Engine by volume.
Oh god, I hate that card so much.
I would not mind if Hulk died, but yeah, it's like got stuff for Aura Radon, it's got desk bots to shit stuff out from deck. It's got all those good jams.
Well, to be fair, like the Despot 01 doesn't sound too bad. Even if you use Obligato, you can summon it from graveyard, discard it with
Assembly.
So there's still plays you can make that don't involve needle fiber. You can even make Trish if you wanted.
Oh yeah. Screen, don't turn off. But yeah, I do like the stuff and how it has a good destruction focus without being too restrictive. Like, I think the biggest restriction they gave us was machine type only, which is like, that's like slapping the dark restriction on Orcus. It's like, alright, that's fair, but I'm still gonna do my bullshit.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop you doing what you want to do. There's plenty of machine monsters that you can make. It doesn't really matter. But no, overall, it's all really good. Everything got something to search it and something to search the searcher. You know, it's just consistency that they'd have never gotten like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably a spoiler for talking later, but Toon's kind of got a similar beast.
Well, yeah, I think that it's going forward. I think that's their new sort of.
Imagine having 4 searches.
All the searching, like searching, even with all that searching, special summoning from deck, still not great.
Yeah.
We don't know that really.
Hey, last thing I want to say about Mechlord, so real quick, is I really like the new trap because it's literally just, hey, go +2, stupid. And
No, it is good, I must admit.
It's pretty great to pull it off with Nucleus Core Infinity in the middle of the battle phase while they're attacking you. It's like, oh, I guess what? Core Infinity gets battle protection once.
I can't ever see that banish effect resolve him.
Yeah, it's a stupid thing, and I'm still surprised it worked for me. But yeah, I think that's mostly it for Duelists of Gloom.
Yeah, it won't be like a massive hit, but you know, there'll be some nice reprints, some good collector's value.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play Mechlords for so long, and I'm just happy that they're competent now, at least. So I will take what I can get.
I feel bad for the Eldritch player that has to go up against the Jinzo.
Guess what, motherfucker? You're back row now!
Hakero, give me your Hakero.
Suck my burn victim dick!
So obviously next is Eternity Code.
Yeah, Eternity Code. Eternity Code was kind of in a weird place over here in the Americas for a little bit, just because I think you guys got like a month earlier than us, actually.
Must have been. Like I've already got like my Parallel Exceeds like back in May. I think that's the only card that really interested me from the set, because if it's expensive, I can't realistically dump a load of money on it.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest problem with Eternity Code as a set, just to like kind of skim through things. Just it feels like a lot of the value is concentrated in like the now 10 secret rares per set they have. Like you've got, who are the jackasses that are in this set again? You got Nemesis, Animadorm Boy, whatever the hell his name is, Gearsu, Axis Code, who like broke right the fuck out of nowhere.
Yeah, people weren't expecting that to be as good as it was, and it just was.
Imagine being code talkers.
Cup talkers.
At the very least, Cyberse in general, I think, actually got a really good boss monster in the form of the Arrival at Ignister, which is a really cool, stupid monster, just a big dick Link 5.
That's Link 6.
Oh god, you're right! I love that stupid card!
How much is it? I assume it's not very expensive, considering no one cares about it.
Yeah, it's also in the unfortunate situation where even if you get it up to the maximum big dick 6k attack, it's still gonna get killed by Boral Sword.
Yeah, well, that is really the problem with this game. You can invest all this effort into summoning your Link 6 with 6,000 attack, and your Boral Sword is just going to run straight over it, and you're going to take 3,000 damage anyway, plus the double attack.
Yeah, I mean, Arrival is immune to Boral Sword, but Boral Sword gains just enough attack to kill him, and Boral Sword himself cannot actually be destroyed by battle, which is only a problem in specific cases like this.
The only time it ever matters.
Rest in peace, Ignisters.
I mean, I think the biggest problem with Ignisters is their stupid field spell. They need to stop doing that. $10 field spell.
Dude, it's like 15 over here.
Oh, no, it's like, to be fair, it's like €7, €8.
Yeah, like...
But still, like, Subterrors... You know, just the way it's like they print a really expensive field spell and short print it, and you can't get hold of it, but it's integral to play the archetype you want to play.
Yeah, it's just like And if it's not that, then it's legacy support where they don't reprint the right things. Like Karakuri's had this pretty recently, where they got in the same set as Ignisters, they actually got some really damn good support. I mean, they have a non once per turn banish on their big dick boss monster, who you can really easily turbo out 3 of. They got a back row monster negate. They've got a They've got a quick effect like battle position change thing to trigger their boss monster. They've got a monster reborn, easy like body for special summoning. They got really good shit now. But the problem is they haven't reprinted some of their key cards like Karakuri Merchant, who is still like $8 a pop or something. It's like I'm.
Doesn't seem too bad over here. How about Karakuri Merchant? I'm trying to double check how many printings it's got.
It is an annoying situation where your pet decks are either like have that one stupid old card that needs to be reprinted, or for some reason Konami saw fit to like short print one important card in it, so it's like $60 when it should be like everything should be $20. I remember in Chaos Impact, Unchained's got the same thing because their searcher was like $15.
It's just the way they do it. Like the Duelist LED packs, whatever they're called, Legendary Duelists.
Yeah, those are the worst because of the side sets.
You just want your relinquished support, but you can't play it because Millennium Eyes is £30 at the time. It's even more now, I bet.
Oh, he's getting reprinted soon, which is nice, but I was fortunate enough and stupid enough to decide that I was playing a pure relinquished deck before people picked up on, oh, I can abuse this fusion. Abusion the fusion. I just picked up 3 of him when he was like $17, which is probably not a smart decision, but it worked out in the end for me.
No, you've probably done the smart thing, like, because as long as limit, like, instant fusion was at 3, you could just shoot one off and be safe from hand traps for a turn.
Yeah.
It's a good card. I think that's the problem, especially with things like instant fusion, where you just have this thing where you can toolbox it in, and just everyone will want it.
Yeah, I think the key to fixing some of that is, I think Obligado kind of does this in an interesting way. Make the engine itself big enough where drawing into another piece of it would kind of be uncomfortable, and you're going to draw into it frequently enough where unless you're playing it pure to a certain degree, it's not really going to work for you. That's definitely a way to like kind of save the pet decks, I guess.
Yeah. It's just little things like, even like things like Magician's Souls, where it's like this shouldn't have been as freeform as it was, but here it is, being played in Spiral top tier decks, but Dark Magician.
I still see people splashing it into like a bunch of other decks, just kind of like freeform it is.
I know it's being played in, funnily enough, the Synchro Eldritch.
Isn't it being played in fucking Cubics?
The Magician's Souls?
Yeah.
Well, I can see that. You've got to dump the Karma to get the search or something, I think.
Yeah, I think they generally. I could be totally off base on this. I'm kind of a brainlet when it comes to cubes.
If you don't draw Doozer or Foolish Burial Goods, you scoop.
Yeah. Cube! Defender of the Polyverse. But yeah, like back to Eternity Code, I think the biggest issue is that they increased the number of secret rares and stuff per set while removing rares, which just makes it way harder to get anything good.
Yeah, like they kind of touted it as like, oh, no more short prints in a main set, but you still have a smaller chance of pulling what you actually want to pull because there's more things to pull.
Well, the other issue is that like I think short prints are actually at their worst in the side sets.
Yeah.
Evil Heroes are probably the worst fucking example of this.
Yeah, I think that is like the peak of how bad it actually was getting with Legendary Duelists.
Yeah, just
when you have to drop like £70 on Malicious Bane and a Dust of Gold.
Yeah, I got lucky enough after probably spending an equivalent in packs to pull one of them, and then I figured, alright, fuck it, I'm selling expensive shit and getting the other one. Because I did not want to go through that goddamn set anymore.
Well, you might as well. Sometimes you have to just like recoup whatever losses you make.
Yeah.
To be fair, that one, which one was that? The Dark Millennium or something like that? Dark
Oh
something.
God,
Legendary Duelist. I can't remember. What else was it? Immortal Destiny. That's the one.
oh yeah, that was it. It's like,
That was Predaplants, wasn't it? Oh no, it was Gimmick
yeah,
Puppets.
that was, yeah, Predaplants, Gimmick Puppets, Inca Dinkas, Bakura, and Evil Heroes.
Yeah, it didn't have much competition. Like, Evil
I
Hero
mean,
was just going to be the most expensive thing in the set.
yeah, I mean, Bakura's stuff was at least pretty good for fiends, I think. Like, I know one of the level 3, I think, spirit cards actually made its way into Unchained as a way to kind of recur their boss monster and, well,
Yeah,
one of their main deck boss monsters and kind of go into shit from there.
it's all really good. Like the Searcher, the Dark Spirits Mastery. That's a really good
Yeah,
card.
yeah.
You can.
That one, yeah, that one's really good, and I like the 2 mini spirits. And the new boss monster and the trap seem alright for the kind of game plan they're going for, I think. Although I think the boss monster's like $30 because that got short printed, weirdly enough.
It wouldn't surprise me. Where is it? Chaos. It's Chaos Necrophy. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
that expensive. I'll get it out here as 350.
Oh, 350
Three.
liquid?
Yeah, €350.
Oh, I guess it went down then. Yeah, it's been a while since I checked that, because the last time I checked it was to, like,
Yeah,
cry
you got
myself to sleep.
account for things like initial hype, where people see something and go, "Oh my god, it returns things from the banished graveyard. It must be good."
Yeah. I think there was, like, an actual short print thing with it, but I don't remember. I know Triffy Overtime is, like, $15 now or something.
No, it's down here as 5. It might. To be fair, USA and EU pull rates are completely different.
Yeah, we get fucked over here. Yeah.
Right. Keep bringing it back to Eternity Code. Parallel Exceed. I like to talk about this card. It's good.
Yeah, he's great. Like, whether you're using him for, like, rank spam or, just for cybers.
Slightly bricky, which I must admit is a nice drawback. Like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of risk because you can't just normal summon it because it's level 8.
Yeah, and, I also like how he's not just good for rank 4 spam, he also works pretty well with actual Cybers decks because he helps you maintain advantage and continue trying to build your extra link.
I'm surprised it stayed so cheap even as a common.
Yeah, he's the hero of the people. He's Pankratops too.
Pankratops 2, Sideburst Boogaloo.
Pankratops 2! Put me back to 2!
Put him back to 2, put him back to 3. He doesn't deserve to be like... He should have been back at 3 with that last ban list.
Yeah, like, it's just because they wanted to fucking sell Lightning Storm.
That is a true conspiracy.
But, the other thing I do like about Eternity Code, actually, is that some of the pet deck support they have, like for Resonators and for Sharks, both of those are really good, because they've now got a quick play pop. They're gonna have, in the future, an easier way to go into the new Utopia Negate Boy. And in next set we get, I think it's Dead Reef, who actually helps to set up a Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth combo.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was wondering what set that Dead Reef was due. I totally forgot about it. I'm like, can I
Rise
play
of the
this?
Duelist. Rise of the Duelist. The Gaia set. Rise of the Duelist looking pretty spicy.
Yeah, I don't know quite what to make of that. I'm excited for the Murphy. They're pretty cool as a fan of level 2 monsters.
Yeah, like personally, I think the most else I have to say about Eternity Code real quick is just I feel as a set it's kind of scattershot because since it's the end of the era, it's like everyone gets support now. Thunder Dragons, you get shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, the Thunder Dragon, like it's all a bit out of left field. Like there are some really good things in this set, but also just some really.
Yeah, like didn't Sky Strikers get another fucking card?
No, I don't think they've got anything since the Duel Overload.
Ah, right, because they got their.
That was the Link Monster and Scissors Cross.
Mega Waifu.
Scissors Cross was in Ignition Assault.
I believe you're right. Yeah, because that was like the last sneak preview promo I think they're doing.
What a way to end it. More
On scissoring.
Girls scissoring. Oh god.
Finally, the Yuri archetype we deserved. Move over, Shiranui!
Speaking of Shiranui, Duel Links.
I don't want to talk about Duel Links.
Let's not talk about Duel Links. We can kind of quickly talk about Duel Links. I guess I was going to talk about the Truth Universe set, but the mini box came out with Mayakashi.
Yeah, I feel like that set's not going to do much. I'm a total brainlet when it comes to Duel Links. I'll say that outright. But I feel like Mayakashi are not going to get anywhere because their goal is still to turbo out a single synchro that will die to fucking... Who's the Lightsworn synchro? Michael. You're dying to a man named Michael. His name's Mike.
Lightsworn Mike has come to banish your shit.
Yo, Lightsworn Mike on the mic. Get fucked.
No, apparently they're all right. I think they struggle against things like Dark Magician and other meta decks. I don't know quite what's meta, but no, they're apparently, funnily enough, you stick them in a reduced, like a smaller format, they seem to do a lot better.
Yeah,
like it seems to be the case with a lot of decks from Duel Links, where like the added consistency from just having not to play 20 extra cards.
Yeah, and somehow I still managed to brick with Magnet Warriors.
It took me a while to figure out how not to brick in Duel Links.
My problem is that I'm still stuck in the mindset where it's like, I have to run 3 Wall of Disruption in every deck or I'll lose! And it's probably not the way to do it.
It's just nice to play battle traps.
It's just that, like, yeah, Duel Links focus on the battle phase sets me up into an entirely different mindset. A very stupid one.
Yeah, it does sort of put you in that caveman state of mind where you have to like account for, if I try and run into this, will my opponent have something to fuck with me?
Me Ancient Gear, me Unga and me Bunga.
Oh baby, ultimate pound time.
Oh baby, a triple. Yeah, that's... How the hell are they gonna put Axel Synchro in the
game? Probably with that quick play.
Oh yeah, the whatever the hell it's called.
Where you shuffle them into the extra deck and summon a...
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, like Limit Overdrive or something?
Yeah, just summon Quasar, ignoring the summoning conditions. I mean, you still need the correct materials, as long as the levels are right.
Yeah. One minor bitch I gotta get out of the way about Duel Links is that they have cockblocked themselves from adding so many characters just to add the same 3 characters over and over again.
And it's all like events and... It's like event centric, and even then, like they're not good characters.
Yeah, like Darkside Dimensions Joey is probably one of the most pointless characters I've seen because he doesn't even give you anything fucking worthwhile.
He doesn't even get really any Red Eye stuff, does he?
No, and the biggest insult is that at that same time they introduced a new mini box with that piece of shit Red Eye's Gearfried as like the header.
I like Gearfried. Even the Red Eye's Gearfried's alright. Especially with like the Dark Metal Dragon, you can pretty much search forever if you do it right.
I don't think we have Dark Metal Dragon in Duel Links. No, we do. I'm stupid.
Yeah, it's like a super rare. Or is
it
ultra
rare? My problem with him is that like in Red Eyes and Duel Links, running anything contrary to like Big Dick Fusion with Power of the Guardians is a bit opposite to the way you actually want to play it.
Yeah, that card seems like super sort of centralizing.
It is, which is unfortunate that it's become so heavy a protect the castle type deck that dies to Fortune Ladies, but that's regardless.
Happy to have a full Fortune Lady deck, even though it doesn't do anything despite desynchro being limited.
Spellcaster decks upset me in Duel Links because you pretty much always have to run like Silent Magician, but then you're never going to draw into your spellcasters.
It is just another weird like consistency thing. I should probably pick up some Silent Magicians. I don't play it. I play the Tricky. Like it's just it's just that sort of discard, guaranteed special summon, body on board.
Yeah, like my issue is that in spellbooks, I've found myself like 3 times in a row not drawing into any of the individual monster pieces I needed for Silent Magician, and then drawing into all the monster pieces but no Silent Magician, because you have to hard draw that bitch.
Isn't there a searcher like the Silent Paladin?
Yeah, but part of the problem is that Spellbook's engine is already so tight as it is, and it can like eat through your deck like it was like a fat man on a stick of butter. But
do fat men eat butter? Like, or is that like an American thing?
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Like an American eating butter.
That's better. It's better.
Yeah, it's butter.
I can't believe it's not Silent Magician.
I can't believe I haven't died of a heart attack.
Well, that's enough Duel Links anyway.
Yeah. Just for life in general.
Yeah, I've not played it since that last Maiden in Love event.
God, that event was garbage.
Especially since if you've already got all the rewards, there's no point playing it.
Yeah, I mean the one good news is that Blair is actually a new character, and Raiko Twilight Sworn is actually unironically good in Lightsworn and Duel Links. Problem is he's a greedy bastard who mills even when you don't want him to, but that's regardless.
Man, I like Lightsworn in with that few cards in my deck could be just a little bit too spooky for me.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky and scary. But yeah, outside of Duel Links, back to the real man's game, back to the one that puts chest on your hair and like testosterone in your brain to roam. After Eternity Code comes out Rise of the Duelist and then Phantom Rage, and we've only seen a little bit of Phantom Rage so far, but we'll get to that in a moment, because I think Rise of the Duelist is an interesting set to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Rise of the Duelist. Mainly, like, the Gaia stuff, Murphy, like we said. Dragma.
Dragma balls, yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff, like, whenever I see, you see, like, the MCall video pop up and it's like, here comes Dragma again. And they're always, is it the Invoke variant?
They're just... It's weird to think that a mechanic that seemed to start off with shit like Gale Dogra and Cyberdark Claw is now going to be like a central part of the game for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a reason Gale Dogra's effect is like 3,000 life points.
So,
like, that is like... You can, like, whatever you send to from the extra deck to the graveyard, you got a pop with an Intis. You can search rituals with Arclight, search fusion things with the Predaplant.
Yeah, I always really like the I like the way that Cyberdarks in particular did it, because there was a really stupid particular combo you could pull off if you could get into their big boy fusion, and from your extra deck, if you milled I think Quasar,
yeah,
you can
equip him. Star.
Yeah, that's such a is
mate. That is cool though, because it like it's not a very good deck, but if that not very good deck can do that, it has a chance of winning.
Yeah, like I wish Cyberdarks had like a better fusion spell for the big guy, because that's a legitimately really cool boss monster, and he has like fun stuff he can do.
Overload fusion is just a bit too hard for them, like, and Cyberdark Impact doesn't actually summon it.
Yeah, I really wish that they would have had a clause on him that says this card's name is always treated as Cyberdark Dragon.
Yeah, I think because with it being out, there's no point playing Cyberdark Dragon. But now you have, if you want to play Cyberdark Impact, you have to play one dragon.
Yeah, it's Cyberdark Impact is still like a card that's way ahead of its time, but it wasn't an archetype that sucks. So yeah,
like the best of them.
Yeah,
I like the Cyberload fusion. That's getting quite expensive now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's gonna get reprinted like in a month, so it won't be too bad.
Yeah, I do like Cyber Dragons, but they are quite expensive.
Yeah, I'm glad that they reprinted Emergency.
Yeah, that was a bit desperate. Like, even now, it's still quite expensive. But
Yeah, it's like $5, right?
Let me just check. Is it still Cyber Emergency or is it Emergency Cyber? No, it's Cyber Emergency. Yeah, it's like 3-4 quid. That's not too bad. I can live with that.
Yeah, so I'm glad they've been pretty good about reprints pretty recently. Masked Heroes, which were like $50 a pop, are now getting reprints finally.
Yeah, like I can't believe it. And it's, like the fact you have to wait like how many years? 6 years, maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, for something that's recent, you generally have to wait about a year. But if it's old, then God knows how long. I mean, we just got Watt Giraffe earlier this year.
Yeah, that was in Duel Overload, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like, meanwhile, the Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow doesn't get.
Yeah, and we got Super Heavy Samurai Swordmaster Musashi in Eternity Code as an import,
and the carp guy.
Searcher.
Yeah, him, the really good one.
Yeah.
But they didn't reprint the Link Monster, which is like kind of pretty important.
Yeah, it's. I don't know, because I know Matthew Bell talked about that. Generally, they try to. They have a year before they get everything over to Europe and the States and TCG in general and stuff. And they talked about how generally they try to import and reprint stuff based on, oh, what other product do we have at the time? Which you can kind of see like in Japan when they reprinted Kokimeru stuff, when for Rise of Duelists, which we'll get back to in a hot second, they were printing a new Kokimeru card, which is good for rock decks in general.
I do like that Kokimeru. The new one's pretty good.
Yeah, Koki Choki. But then sometimes they miss the ball on it. Like, they did it well for TGs, but they still... I'm going to bitch about this Karakuri thing forever, because I do not want to pay $8 for, like, a rare from 2007.
No, I feel you, dude. Like, sometimes you just want to go, oh, how much is this old card? And you look back and it's like 7 or 8.
Oh.
You're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not playing that deck. It's not even that good, but...
Okay. I guess the Bone Zone will have to wait. Sorry, Skull Servants.
Yeah, oh, God. School Servants were expensive for way too long. I still think they've got some expensive things left. Was it just the
Skull Servants?
Yeah, was it just White Mare that was expensive? Because I know that got reprinted.
Yeah, I think it was just White Mare. Like, everything else is not that bad. Like, the worst right now is White Prince, who's like $1.70, but that's about it. I mean, I'm still cheap ass, so I'm waiting for a reprint on him.
But Grass is banned, so School Servants are worthless.
Yeah, I still have fun with him though. He's the most true and honest Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
He's like the purest Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's okay. I love them. They need their own grass. They need their own archetype grass.
Yeah. Those bones are greener.
Welcome to the Bone Zone. Rattle me bones.
You better rattle me bones, boy.
But I think this also lends into how interesting Rise of the Duelist is. There's not a lot other than Dragma. There's just not a lot going on. I
gotta disagree, because like I think we have some really interesting tech cards. Like, what was it? Dragon Cycle, Celestial Illusions, Blizzard, Forbidden Droplet, Triple T.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more like a utility set.
Yeah, but I think even then, like, the legacy support we actually got is pretty good too. Like, Fluffles are fucking great. Oh, they have a turn 0 pop.
I totally forgot about Fluffles, and I feel bad now.
It's okay. They forgive you. They're made of knives, so don't hug them.
Meanwhile, Dark Lords.
I don't know how to feel about. Like, I've heard people who play Dark Lords say, "Oh yeah, no, they actually work fine because you can use this to ignore the discard cost for the trap." But I'm sitting there like, I still don't know if this is the direction this deck should go.
The high level ones always have that clause which let you use the spell and traps for like 1,000 life points, and you don't have to pay the cost. But, the smaller ones apparently aren't great, and the fusion is hot ass as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean, like the Link back when it came out was pretty nice because it allowed you to run Satan.
Based.
Yeah.
like all good Yu-Gi-Oh decks should. just like my mother feared.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm playing Dark Lords. My win rate's 0.
My win rate is 0. Oh,
you should have played Counter Fairies.
Fuck Dark Lords.
It's.
Can I pick up Ishel for like less than a tenner.
Yeah, I do think that
surprisingly expensive. Not expensive, sorry.
didn't she get reprinted for like $2?
Yeah, she got like 2 quick reprints, Destiny Soldiers and Battles of Legend.
Yeah, I think those were our only ones as far as I'm aware. But yeah,
I guess I could play Dark Lord Trains, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's mostly it for Rise of the Duelist. But I will say I like the format of them not doing anime cards anymore, because anime cards are not written to be good cards. And I know that we are always going to have shitty cards in a set, no matter what, because that's just how card games have to work. You have to have the commons so that the rares have value. But
sometimes
I
it's
feel
a
like
little obnoxious, especially if it's like anime stuff.
yeah, I just feel like there is a way to make commons competent, and I think like stuff like the Kawakuris actually show this pretty well, because all those cards are pretty well designed for the archetype that they're in.
Well,
and most people
it is important to have these cards just so there's like a competent rogue strat that you can play.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't have to be. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I like having like being able to bring like a baby boy deck to like a big boy zone and occasionally pull off a win.
Yeah, because like a lot of the time, like every other set is like just not a very good like common archetype, and it is depressing because you just want to play a cheap deck and have fun.
Yeah, because like you can just show up and you can bring in Skull Servants and just have a good time.
Motherfucker.
I was waiting for that. I was sitting with the goddamn pants like, my chance is coming. I'll have it.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I think that's the most for Rise of the Duelist. I do personally like it, and I like that they're keeping the anime stuff to rush duels only.
Yeah, I think
Gaia
Rush
sucks,
Duels
though.
is now the perfect trash bin for like anime cards. Like they're just like reprinting all these like old level 5 monsters from Series 1 and pretending they're good cards.
Go in the trash where you belong, with the roids.
Hey, you leave roids alone. You can make them work.
I mean, yeah, probably in the same way you can make like a paraplegic work, but
Roids have like a completely nuts counter trap.
I know it's I can't think of that card without thinking of Rada, like with that fucking clip with the child getting launched into the stratosphere by a car. But it's weirdly fucking powerful. It's like, oh, see these cars?
Cherries, isn't it? But on steroids.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to activate Solemn Strike? How about you go Solemn? Fuck yourself!
Bam! Psychroid. Fuck your shit.
Bling bling, motherfucker. That's the sound a bike bell makes, I think, probably. I don't ride bikes. I don't have legs. I'm an American.
So what's next? We're gonna go for Phantom Rage, or is it too early?
I think for Phantom Rage we should wait to see kind of like a full assessment of things, because
I
like parts of it now. I hate some parts of it now, but we'll just wait and see where that goes, because I think there are a few other things I want to get out of the way, like the biggest thing coming out this month that we only just got reveals for like a week ago. Toon Chaos. Yeah,
they're getting really happy with just like waiting to the last minute to like announce all the cards in a set.
Yeah, and I think this time it's actually like, I think it's surprisingly good this time. I mean, I still hate the fact that they gutted the Gemini structure deck and they're trying to sell it back to us piecemeal, like fucking.
That pissed me off. Seeing that price on Phoenix Gearfried. No. Yeah, it's Phoenix Gearfried, isn't it? Immortal Phoenix.
I'm just mad because they cucked me out of like a Bamboo Sword reprint. Cards like
it is the little things.
Yeah, Cursed Bamboo Sword is like $3, and I hate that. It's a sword made out of bamboo. It's not that hard.
It should be like printed in every set.
Yeah, listen,
it
every set...
seems like the sort of set that it should be like.
Hello, we here at Konami have heard you, and we have made Bamboo Sword set. Every card is Bamboo Sword and short printed. Good day.
It's just empty packets.
What'd you get?
Nothing. What'd you get?
I got a single chewed up copy of Karibo.
I'll take it. I'll trade you my magician's souls for that. Chewed rare.
Oh, good lord. Yeah. The thing that surprised me the most about Toon Chaos is that the Toon they went with for the cover is the worst Toon card in the set.
I hear mixed things about it. Like, it's not bad.
I like the concept of, since it can't do anything turn 1, you give it an effect that prevents it from attacking. I think that's pretty neat. But the fact that you have to go so fucking hard minus to summon him in the first place is just a stupid move.
Yeah, I think.
However,
I can only see people playing one, but like there's plenty of other support and things like that enable things like the Dark Magician one and the Red Eyes one.
Yeah.
Harpies, the Harpy's a free body along with the Toon Mermaid.
Dude, Toon Harpy is so fucking good. Like, holy shit. But
you can play all the Harpy support, can't you, with it?
Yeah, you can. You can unironically run the Harpy Synchro in motherfucking Toons.
Pretty sure you can play like Dark Magic Circle with the Dark Magician one as well.
You can run fucking like Blackstone of Legend to summon. Toons are a stupid deck, and I admire them for that.
Yeah, for everything. It's kind of the point, isn't it? Though, like he's stealing support from other archetypes and making it.
Dude, if they got a level 4 Earth Machine monster, I think they have one in the form of Cancel. I think they could run Urgent Schedule.
Oh god. No, can they? No, because can Ancient Gear Golem be summoned?
That's a very good question. I'm too lazy to look it up.
I think it has the Ancient Gear Golem can't be special summon thing.
You might be right.
I can't believe I had to search Ancient Gear Golem in 2020.
You can't summon him.
Holy shit! Ancient.
It's legal.
Oh, don't let people know this. Cut this bit out.
Pump up the jams, bitches.
Urgent Schedule is expensive enough. And
oh no, the Toon players are coming! They want some Toontang!
No, Mimikano.
You better watch out, motherfucker! I'm still surprised Konami has had the restraint to not make Toon Relinquished.
Relinquished is like interesting. I know it is Pegasus, but at the same time, it's like it is separate. It was a separate thing from the Toons.
Yeah. I appreciate that they do that. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a Toon Relinquished, but I want Relinquished to remain its own thing.
Yeah, I think it's better that way.
Yeah. But I think the Chaos stuff is pretty competent too. Chaos Space is pretty good looking.
Is a mistake. It's such a that card is not going to last very long.
Probably not, but I'm also surprised that it's cheaper than I'd expect. Like, I thought pre-order prices. Yeah, I thought pre-order prices for that for a searcher of that magnitude would be like $50. It's like 10.
Is there a restriction on it that I haven't seen?
Let me send one light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add one light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned set from your deck to your hand with a level from 4 to 8. And no.
So you just can't search a low-level monster.
If it's level 4, you can, but like it has to be 4 to 8. So it can search stuff like JD if you're crazy enough to run Twilight Sworns.
It's not too bad, I guess. But I think a lot of important like chaos monsters are obviously that level.
Yeah,
you can search all the dangers, except
danger.
Like, Jackalope and Tsuchinoko.
Free me! Unlimit me!
Yeah, chaos danger is could probably come back because you have to.
Free Nuko!
If you send a light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard, discard Tsuchinoko, special summon. Just
once per turn, discard Tsuchinoko from your deck.
Pretty much once per turn, plus the fuck.
It's Chaos Space is going to be interesting. Really interesting to see, especially since we don't have the usual testing grounds of the OCG to like show us beforehand. Hey, this is how stupid this is going to be, he said, looking at Dragoon.
This one's on us. Don't get me started. Dragoon is my ranting monster next to Hulk Fibrax.
Hulk needs a clause that you can only link summon once after that turn. And the only reason I say once is because TGs kind of need it.
I strictly want it as you can only sync or summon after it's been summoned.
That's
because
fair.
Realistically, you should be playing it in Crystrons.
Yeah. I mean, the weird thing for me is that like my Synchron deck, where Jet Synchron is probably gonna get banned someday, I don't like run Halki because Junk Speeder went from a complete joke to one of the best synchro enablers in Synchrons.
Wait, funny enough, like not having the restriction of the stupid monster zone, like makes Junk Speeder work.
Yeah. Turns out going +4 is pretty hilarious.
If Junk Speeder worked with Link monsters, like if it locked you in for the rest of the turn instead of the whole turn, like because you can't summon the Junk Connector, make Junk Speeder, summon the things, and then make your Quasar. You have to summon Junk Speeder in the extra monster zone, then go from there.
I mean, nowadays you definitely wouldn't run Junk Speeder because you wouldn't run Junk Connector because Junk Speeder is too valuable, and like in general, just having all synchros is very nice.
I think pre-Master Rule 5, like the only thing Junk Speeder could really do was triple Omega before it got limited.
I mean, that is still pretty terrifying, though. I will be honest.
Yeah, no, there's a reason Omega was limited, and it was mostly zombies, wasn't it, that got Omega limited?
I think it was Pen Mags actually.
Lol. I don't think I've ever seen Pendulum Magicians synchro summon.
I did that all the time. I mean, I was bad at them because I didn't know how to use Astrograph when I started. I was just getting back into the game. Like, a dude mentioned, Omega's crazy. And I look at him like, the Vylon?
Who, that guy? I mean, he's good, but...
I did not know anything getting back into the game. Like, he was telling me, ABC is pretty terrifying. It's like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Speaking of Psyframes, though, Gamma reprint.
Oh yeah, that's
back
really
to
fucking.
I've pre-ordered mine.
Yeah, I'm waiting for pre-release prices to like end so I can figure out stuff from there.
No, I'd say Gamma's cheap enough that if you don't have a playset, you might as well pick one up with the driver.
I'm too lazy. I'm very anal retentive about what is it? What's the word? Yeah, like just earlier I was like trying to pick up everything from Eternity Code that I wanted, and it was like $4 more than I expected, and I just went, nah. I think I'll wait.
I'm kind of different. I like to see what's happening, and then once I've got enough information, I'll pick up like a core or something, and then work the rest out as I go along.
Yeah, I do try to.
I saw that new number monster, the insect.
Oh yeah, Cicada Lad.
That guy's he's good. Like he fixes a lot of problems with digital bugs. So
yeah, I'm happy for Digimons. They're good. Well, they're not good, but they can be competent.
And plus we're getting more Insectors in theory.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
so I think that's Phantom Rage, so we'll put that to one.
Finally, Insectors can Ixie summon as God intended.
What do Insectors do?
Their best. Legitimately though, their main goal is to go second and do an outdated combo where they can pop like 3 cards on the opponent's field very effortlessly. The problem is it's not super consistent nowadays because I think you need 1 or 2. I think you need like 2 specific cards to pull it off.
So is it like the wind-up thing where it's like they could have their carrier back, but
I don't think they could. Not while Hunter exists, because Hunter is a stupid fucking card.
I mean, if they allow Moulin Great Glacier at 3, then I don't think wind-up hand loop should be a problem anymore.
Oh god, Mermails are gonna.
Fuck Mermails! I can't believe they put Diva back to 3 without like an errata.
I think fucking I think Infernoble Knights are a problem too because of Smoke Grenade of the Thief or something.
Yeah, is that why that's getting mentioned? I'm hearing that a lot. I'm like,
yeah.
What is it about this card? Is it like you equip it to a level 1 or something, don't you?
I don't understand the combo fully because
let me see. I don't know what Infernoble Knights do, but Smoke Grenade of the Thief.
I think it's Infernoble Knights.
So basically, because they pop equip spells. And when Smoke Grenades pop, it hand loops.
Oh, I'm gonna say this real quick. Infernoble Knights are another credit to Rise of the Duelist. They're very good.
Then Rise of the Duelist. I did not know that.
Dude, Rise of Duelist is like chock full of good shit. But aside from that, I think for Toon Chaos, the reprints are all good. I'm so fucking glad they're reprinting stuff like Microcoder so I can play Code Talkers without having to buy 3 copies of a fucking video game that sucks.
Game exclusive cards are kind of like not kosher anymore. I think if they're like if back when they were normal monsters, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah,
because who gives a shit? It's a normal monster. But now we're getting.
Wasn't Infernity Arcfiend like a game exclusive?
It wouldn't surprise me.
My hand is empty, as is my wallet.
I know. Which one was it? Wormbait. Wormbait was a video game exclusive.
What was?
The token spam for like low level insects.
Oh yeah, and they only within the past 2 years, didn't they reprint that in the OTS pack?
It got reprinted with the
Legendary Duelist 2. God, I love Legendary Duelist 2. What a silly set.
It is a good set, just like all things considered.
Yeah, because Crystal Beast got consistency times 17. Ancient Gears got good Searcher and a really good fusion spell. Fucking Millennium Eyes is an archetype now, kind of, which is great, and I love them. The Bandit Keith stuff is fun. The Weevil equip stuff is good for Insectors, and Armed Dragon is stupid, but that's just the way I like it. Ojame BC for life, motherfuckers. That was my rant.
Yeah, I like Legendary Duelists, but they're just so bonkers with the short prints that I can't reasonably invest in them.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy when Lunalights came around and everyone ignored them and then they became big. Because
Guess who picked up their Lunalight fusion?
Yeah, that is a solid investment. Lunalight's got a lot of value for money. I feel bad for they lost the Tiger, but I understand why they.
Yeah, that's the peril of not giving things a hard once per turn.
Although I personally blame Orcust. If you banned all the Orcust cards, Tiger could come back, and I'd have no problem with that.
Step 1: ban every tuna monster.
Yeah, quite literally. And I think that's what Konami is doing. Unironically, going through every good tuner and just banning it.
Guys, Monosynchron still exists. The game state's in danger. But yeah, just ultimate thoughts about Toon Chaos. I like the new cards a lot, and it's got good reprints.
Yeah, solid set. I must admit.
Yeah.
Although apparently it's not a very. I saw a video about it being an actual short printed set. Demand is they're not supplying as much as people are ordering. Obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, thanks COVID. But yeah,
I've been in my house for 3 months. Not even joking.
I already basically do nothing like a horrible slug man, so life has not changed too much for me. That's just because I'm disgusting.
Same.
But anyways, for next month and a few months after that, I mean, there's some big stuff coming up. We don't know what's going to be in Dragons Unleashed or at Legendary Duelist Season 1 yet, so we might want to hold off on those ones, but I will say this. Very excited about Legendary... Oh, sorry?
Battles of Legend? The Armageddon?
Yes, that's in August, I think.
Oh, quite a ways away, but not too far.
Yeah, Dragons Unleashed is coming out, I think September or August. And I don't care much about Dragons Unleashed, but I like that it comes with a die. I really like this trend of, hey, let's include a cool collector's item that you can actually use in game. I think that's a really good idea.
Konami really need to do more of that stuff, because at the minute, my knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh merchandise is that, the soap on a rope from the DZ vid.
Yeah, the occasional Figma. Dude, one cool thing that they did was a couple of years ago, they made some HeroClix Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but they just stopped. I think under my fucking desk here right now, I've got fucking... Yeah, I do. Hold on, let me pull this motherfucker out. Let me see if I can pull this beautiful baby boy out, because I love it. Dude.
Where's he going? I love HeroClix.
Oh no, don't drop, please. Yeah, fucking one of them were the Magnet Warriors, and I got myself a cute ass little beta of the Magnet Warrior.
Sick. Send pics.
I will. I love this little dude. He's a great friend, and I'd love to hang out with him. It also helps that since they look like someone barfed on like an 80s computer animation, it kind of fits this style.
Well, that's those hero clicks. They would look a bit not great, shall we say?
They look like they're from the dimension of cube.
Based cube dimension. No, I think Yu-Gi-Oh merch is a bit weak. I think, especially like in the West, where it's like, oh, here's your Funko Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that's like, that is like the best thing you could probably get.
Yeah, I mean the last quote unquote good things we got were during the beginning of the Synchro era. Like we got some actual articulated figures of like stuff like Red Dragon Arcfiend, who I think is the only one of those I got. And before that, we had some really cool GX stuff. Like there was Cyber Dragon, Wing Karibo, a bunch of other hero figures. There was some good stuff during that era, but it all just kind of like stopped, I guess.
Yeah, I was out of the game by that point. Hadn't returned.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked up what I did when I was a small boy, but I do wish they'd make some more stuff now, and I'm sad that the HeroClix Yu-Gi-Oh thing doesn't seem to be ongoing anymore because I love
okay.
having
The regular HeroClix thing isn't going on anymore.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it's just nice having physical representations of these guys, like in Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Definitely.
Dungeon Dice Monsters is not a good game, by the way. I tried.
No, I don't. Funnily enough, I believe you.
Yeah. But yeah. Since we don't know a lot for Legendary Duelist 1 next month, although I will say it's very good that they're reprinting that stuff, it'll make pet deck building a lot easier, and it seems like the sets themselves are going to be cheap, while also coming with a lot of stuff and having guaranteed ultra rares, which is nice.
That should, in theory, bring some prices down, and that's all that matters, really.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, I want to like re-pick up all the Amazon X stuff, and then the Ancient Gear and Crystal Beast stuff, because that's like essential to play those decks now. Dude, Crystal Beasts are like one of the best examples of a deck from 20 years ago with no limitations placed on it that did nothing that can now be competent because of stupid rule changes.
Wait, it continues to do nothing. Even that new Rainbow Dragon retrain again.
I know, but well, actually, Rainbow Zenith Dragon is really fucking good. But
it is.
It combos really well with Crystal Bonds too, because you can like get a free second body off of it. You can just go into another like use Crystal Bonds, set the dragon in the back row, Sapphire Pegasus, summon Sapphire Pegasus, equip the thing to the back row, banish dragon, go into another special summon another Crystal Pegasus, get more stuff on your back row, and somehow special summon stuff, and you can get like 4 bodies or 5 bodies on the field, I think, if you use, what was it? Not Crystal Promise, but Crystal Beacon. It is a bit of a... No, that's like a 2-card combo. That's reasonable, actually.
It's big brain for me. I tried building them, but I couldn't fully figure it out.
I can show you my build later, but it's good stuff. They're good at like spam.
Funnily enough, I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's mostly it for like Legendary Duelist Season 1, Dragons Unleashed, and like we got Battles of Legend coming out, which we only know a few things, but some of the reprints look good, like Madolce and Jelly and O-Lion.
If it's not banned by then.
Oh, that reminds me of one other thing related to Battles of Legend. Collector's Pack 20, which has some really fucking good shit.
Beware Numerons.
Can you count to 4 before you fucking die?
I don't like. I like them, but I don't like what they can do.
Yeah, they're great, but they're also bullshit.
Appliances also. It's another one of them things where I'm like, yeah, these are all right, but they're just gonna be expensive because they're cute.
I think they're gonna end up like Battle Wasps because by their own they're pretty competent and they've got a game plan that they want to do, but they're not the greatest in the world, so they're perfect pet deck material, I think.
They'll have one short print thing, like maybe the field spell will be expensive.
Yeah, they are going to be difficult to work with just because they've only got 3. I think the field spell searches thing, so that is 12 main deck monsters, and you have to start off with one of them. But I do really like their gimmick of like zone switching to like do beatdown. I think that's a really cute idea.
Yeah, it's just something different.
Yeah, I appreciate the thought put into them.
And then there's fossils.
Oh, fucking finally, dude.
They're going to be expensive just for the sheer collector's value. And are they any good comparatively? What are they doing at the minute?
Nothing pretty much. But
Oh.
I think in certain rock decks they can. Certain rock decks, like there's more than one.
I mean,
they can't. Yeah, I think
megaliths matter. Just saying.
Oh yeah. I actually forgot megaliths existed.
They die with block dragon. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no. But yeah, fossils are like a good tech choice for any rock-based deck. Magnet Warriors benefit from them great because they give them actual like plays. And fossils, I think, are a decent extrapolation of the beatdown obsession that GX had, but brought to a reasonable level.
Yeah,
like
I've not read into them all that much, but they seem pretty harmless. Like, you could probably do some invoked stuff with them, or
yeah,
I don't know. Nothing too offensive.
Yeah, they do have a card that I think is hilarious, just for the fact that they can snipe hand traps from the opponent potentially.
Oh boy, Aquadolphin 2.
Click, click, motherfucker!
Fossil.
God, Dolphin is always going to be one of the funniest fucking cards for me, just because of how everyone considered it shit, and now he's the real shit.
Yeah, they turn pretty quickly on like Neospatians and stuff like Grand Mole and Aquadolphin. People were like, I guess, but now there's like once Neospace Connector hit the ground, and you could summon Aquadolphin from deck or something.
Yeah,
sniper hand trap. People aren't laughing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking great, especially when you run them against Time Lords. Guess who has 0 attack, motherfuckers?
Fuck Time Lords. They deserve it.
Dude, I have one friend I know, biggest sweetheart in the world, but he constantly plays like decks scientifically designed to enlarge that part of your brain that hates human beings. Like he plays a deck that makes you draw your entire deck. He plays Nurse Burn, he plays motherfucking Stall, and he plays Time Lords.
Does he have a Mystic Mind deck by any chance?
He does run it in Stall.
Fun. I hate Mystic Mind. Can we get rid of it?
We should. But I got one more thing I want to talk about before we call it here.
No, where you go?
This is the man out of the hour. This is the event of the year. Goddamn Sacred Beasts, the absolute units, the absolute chads.
Man. I can't believe they made it. I can't believe they made it work.
I know, like, I mean, it's still Sacred Beasts, but it's just what I fucking wanted. You got back row that gives them actual effects. You've got a shit ton of consistency and also a way to unironically combo into Armatile, a good fusion spell. You've got fucking Skill Drain and Macrocosmos combined into one if you're enough of a big dick motherfucker. It's so crazy and yet reasonable.
I think it's too reasonable to be competitively viable, but at the same time, that's all it needed to be. And like the fact that you can elevate what they were to that speaks volumes.
They can negate Super Poly.
Lol.
What a stupid deck. I love it. It's God, I've always loved that shit since I was a kid, so it does my heart so much good to see these guys all of a sudden be competent and win one Fisherman tourney in the OCG.
Excuse me. Yeah. I think seeing them perform at least once, it warms the heart. Brings back some faith in this stupid game.
Yeah, but I think that is just about all we have time for today.
No.
Do you have any last thoughts?
Thank God for the new FA field spell.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
UAs and FAs. That is another topic, but I'm a happy man.
So am I. I have been Mudwire.
I've been Reggie.
Don't at me on Twitter. I'm always correct. Goodbye.
Good night.